Hello, boys and girls. I hate intros. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I'm not really a fan of them. There is an African American lady that does videos on YouTube, and I mean they're not bad, or they're pretty good, I guess. I don't necessarily agree with her on everything. It's more politically leaning or philosophically leaning, however you want to think of it. But like her intro is basically, I hate intros, so let's get on this. I love that. There are so many people out there that just like have way overblown intros, especially to YouTube videos. It kind of makes sense in like a live streaming context because it takes a minute for people like you soups to get in here, you know? So it's more about buying time until people get on. But on a YouTube video, you expect people to be there at the beginning. I actually was going to do, I probably will do, a YouTube video about this as kind of a gaffe, which is that not everything needs to be a YouTube video. Not everything needs to be content to be consumed and monetized. It's not necessary. I don't know how many times I'll like look up a computer problem and I have no other choice but to watch a 15-minute video to answer a very simple question. And usually the answer to my question is so short that I'll try to skip through the video to find the answer to my question, not find it, and then resort to watching the entire video, which begins with one of those crazy long, overblown, fucking boring intros. And it drives me mad. See, back in my day, I know this sounds like I'm an old person. I'm getting Kentucky Route Zero open while I'm talking. Back in my day, it was more common. Wow. Xbox has partnered with How Long to Beat, so you can now see estimates for how long it'll take you to complete the game. That is sick. Here, let's go to this so you can see that. But it used to be that when you looked things up, there would be a web page, just a web page that was maybe 20 to 100 written lines that would answer your question. So now I found that I have to use Reddit for a lot of stuff, and if I can't find the answer on Reddit, then I'm just like, oh, all right, let's look at this 15-minute YouTube video. One of these days, there's going to be a situation to occur where I'm going to have to remember how to give CPR, and after the 2-minute intro and then the 3-minute sponsorship segue and the redefining of what the video's purpose is, which probably takes another minute, they'll finally get around to telling me how to do CPR, the Heimlich maneuver. And of course, midway through the video, right before the important, it blows my mind, man. And often it's just like something really short and simple I want to figure out. I can't remember what, oh, I do remember what it was. I was using a variant of DWM, which is the suckless tiling window manager, a suckless tiling window manager for Linux. And I was playing with an offshoot of it called Dusk. Now, most of my questions can be answered just by looking at the DWM documentation, but I couldn't find the precise answer in the actual built-in manual. I'm sure it's there. It's just there's a lot of documentation in that case. So I look up my problem, and it's like 30 or 40 videos that literally just... All I wanted to know was how DWM handles wallpapers, because normally with a window manager, you set applications that launch at startup, and you would launch something like Nitrogen that will handle your wallpaper for you. So as soon as the window manager starts, it starts Nitrogen. Nitrogen sets your wallpaper, and it happens so quickly, you're none the wiser. You have no idea. And I had to figure out that, well, the Dusk, I guess, I don't know if DWM is this way, it also handles wallpapers in its own way. Like, it has a folder that you put wallpapers in, which is different from the folder that you're supposed to keep wallpapers in. So if you launch Nitrogen at startup, you'll have the wallpaper that Dusk wants you to have, and then it will switch. So like 2 seconds, maybe not even that, after you start it, it'll flip-flop wallpapers. And I couldn't figure out why it was doing that. I'm like, why is it that when I set this wallpaper, it anyway. I never could find a video or documentation that answered my question. So I said to hell with it and just dug really, really deep into the application and found my answer all on my own without documentation. But that's like such a simple question to answer, man. It could be because I was using DuckDuckGo too. I've gotten in the habit of using it, and unfortunately, it sometimes doesn't send you to as good results when it comes to answering questions. But I thought it would be funny to do a video about how not everything needs to be a video, where it pokes fun of itself, like it's self-deprecating. It's aware of its own hypocrisy, you know? I don't know how to write it though, so... All right, let's push through this. Let's see if we can do it. There was one exception to this, which was when trying to set up my emulator. I guess the community is small enough and the knowledge people are smart enough that the videos were short and to the point. Well, they do exist. There are great short to the point videos, but there are also long, overblown, shitty videos. It really depends on the precise topic. But I mean, I've had video tutorials that were great. And then I've had video tutorials where I'm like, you should have just wrote this down. So, we're on the last chapter, chat. Oh, 1 second. My sinuses lately. Maya, I'm not late, am I? This must be our guest. Maybe she's delivering a video. Who is this person? Late for... Oh, sorry. I'm Maya. Right, the traveling artist. Welcome. I'm Emily. I work here. Great. Rita says you're the producer. Oh, did she? I guess so. I do a little bit of everything. Yeah, I know the feeling. You weren't around earlier at the lunch thing. No, I don't live in town. I just come in to work on the station. Hey, Captain, how are you, dude? Really? That's quite the hike, isn't it? I know some shortcuts. Oh, okay. I know some shortcuts. I wonder if that's a Route Zero reference. I need to set up latency-free monitoring for my voice. I'm pretty good. I was like 5 minutes late today. That was just me losing track of time. I played with the cat and he wanted a part of a burrito that I was eating. And I was like watching a TV show and blah, blah, blah. And then I looked at the clock and I'm like, oh my God, it's 1:40. I haven't even showered. Or 12:40, I haven't even showered. So I took the world's quickest shower, threw some clothes in the washer because I'm going out of town tonight. Need to make sure they're clean. And yeah, jumped on. So here we are. But yeah, I need good monitoring. I don't like the built-in monitoring in OBS. There are latency issues with it. I don't know if I have ASIO installed. No, I do. I do have ASIO installed. Also, my internet is being weird. If it becomes troublesome, we'll reset the internet connection later. I'm going to ask you guys to do me a favor. I'm going to see. Would it be advanced audio? It would be. If I turn monitoring on, let me know if you can hear it. Monitor only and mute output. Monitor and output. Hello? Ooh. Can you hear an echo or like a reverb? That's weird. Okay. What about now? Is that better? It's normal now? Wow, that's interesting. The problem is that there is latency. It occurs... Oh, there is some echo? That's what I thought. Huh. See, my setup has a monitoring jack. The problem is that the output from the computer doesn't come through the monitoring jack. If I use the jack, it is latency free. It is instant. But it has a left output, right output, and a monitoring jack. So I'm not using ASIO for all. I'm using Focusrite's built-in ASIO driver. It is basically ASIO, but it's through Focusrite. I used to use ASIO for all because ASIO for all had more options when interfacing with digital audio workstations, but I haven't really delved that deep with this particular setup. But we don't have to figure it out today. What probably would make the most sense is to delay the video and the audio output of the microphone and the desktop. Like, just delay everything, like 30 milliseconds or so. And then I can use sync offset in monitoring to make it so it matches so closely you can't tell. It's a way of cheating and dealing with the latency. Anyway, let's see what's going on in this story. I don't want to get too distracted with myself here. Come on, thing. I wonder why it does that. It gets weird sometimes. Oh, okay. I should make sure she's comfortable. We better get started. You look busy. No, it's okay. I think we're ready to start the broadcast. Oh, should I go sit down? Not just yet. Rita does a little intro. Got it. Okay. Quite a crowd in here. Really? There's like 7 or 8 of us, I think. Yeah, well, for this town, I've barely seen anyone all day. Oh yeah, ghost town. Yeah, kind of. Okay, I'll check if Rita is ready. 1 second. I'll check if Rita is ready. You can just hang out back here somewhere. We'll let you know when it's time to come on set. You had such a good round, Rumbleverse, before I got here. Got most KOs I've ever gotten and almost finished first. If it wasn't for that fella that came from the sky dealing 500 damage. Wow. I actually want to try that game. But, man, I'll tell you, online games, I either absolutely get devastated or I absolutely devastate. It doesn't seem like I'm ever mediocre. I'm either awful or amazing at every multiplayer game I play. I don't know why that is. It's just true. So I have to expect that I'll get wrecked. But then maybe I won't get wrecked. Maybe I'll wreck everybody else. Who knows? I was trying to record another. I checked out your footage last night. I thought it was really interesting. I love the split screen. That was a brilliant idea. You can really tell like where artifacts show up based on the encoder. Great, thanks for having me. You too. You know what I mean. Why am I so awkward with visitors here? Just used to seeing the same 12 people day in and day out, I guess. Let's move on with this story. Whoa. What the actual hell? This is weird. Wait, so this would be better with mouse and keyboard, I think. Yeah, this definitely feels a lot more intuitive. Looks like it just made it before the sky broke open. At least the floor is staying dry. My left boot has a hole. Looks like the ceiling is holding up okay. Just the usual leaks. Ben and Bob working on a project. Coming up with ideas. I like it. Okay. Hope the neighbors are okay. Miss you, Cross-Eye. It's like if I click something, what will it do? What the hell? Okay, so do I just click on things? All the things I checked out? Interesting. This is different. This is much different than previous chapters. Alright, Serrano here to help with the weather report. Wait, this is still highlighting. Do they all highlight? Oh, they do. So there's no point to clicking anything. Video data bank. VDB. It used to be on the other side of the room. The couch was in the corner. Keep up the good work, Mo. What the hell? Why is there a bird at the computer, chat? It's cute, but what the hell? Oh, I love that. That's a modular synthesizer. That's what it looks like. That looks so much like a modular synthesizer. Nice. It'll be time to play with it after the show. Oh, it is. It is a modular synthesizer, I think. Time to start the show. Okay, ready when you are. How does it look outside? Switching between controller and mouse. Weird, I got a Windows flicker occurring. It only happens on one monitor, making me think hardware issue, but it only happens for Edge Windows, which seems like software. It's Mo, he's doing work. I actually have a monitor I need to repair. I was looking for a bloated or obviously broken capacitor because the symptoms of the monitor lead me to believe it's a capacitor issue, but the problem is there are no capacitors that are obviously bloated or cracked or leaky, or there's no obvious damage, which means I have to go in there and check every single one of them, find the bad one, find a replacement, desolder it, solder in a new one, and but I mean, it was a free monitor. Someone gave it to me because I'm pretty damn sure I can fix it. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I can fix it. Gross. Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. Saturn is in Gatorade. What does that even mean? Yep. Think it'll let up? I guess we'll see what Elmo says. Let me know how the internet is going. I'm kind of going slow because the internet is being super weird. I guess we'll see what Elmo says. My poor tomatoes. Okay, in 3, 2. Hi, it's Rita. This is your evening broadcast. 8192. Wow, it's really raining out there. Damn, I can hear it from here. We have a few leaks. Put some pots and bowls underneath them. Thanks, Ron, for lending us the extra pots and bowls. Did she just say damn on the air? She's never worked in showbiz a day in her life. You're in Kentucky and you use the D word? What you thinking, man? Don't use the Lord's name in vain. I hope you have a good day despite the weather, although it was really nice earlier, right? I had a good day today. I met a new friend. She's going to join us in a minute or so. Maybe you saw her earlier around lunch, or if you didn't meet her, then you'll meet her in a minute. Or if you met her already, but you still want to hang out, I'm sure there's plenty that we can talk about. Oh, so this is 8192. Is that right, Emily? Sounds reasonable. Yep. To camera. That's a lot of broadcasts. I came in around the 5, so I've only ever been around for half of them. And back then, in the 5s, let's see, I did Night Noise, and we had Swap Show and the Bird Show, and people were just coming in and dropping off tapes all the time, and now, well, now it's just an evening broadcast. But it's not like, I'm not saying we're in decline or anything like that. I love the evening broadcast. I think it was the first show we had on here. It seems to be straightening out a little bit, but yeah, please let me know. I would love to set up my own like personal radio. I even came up with an idea. Like, I'm gonna segue again. I came up with my own idea. So I have a 2005 Lincoln Town Car. I love that car. It hasn't even broke 100,000 miles. So for a poor person, new car, it's fine. But it doesn't have a tape cassette. It only has CD and radio. So there's no way to like Bluetooth in to listen to music from my phone or anything like that. So I got this special thing that plugs in the cigarette lighter, and it does have cigarette lighters and ashtrays. Throwback to the old days. Anyway, you set it to the channel you want, and it broadcasts the Bluetooth via radio to that channel. And it's a very small like range of broadcast, although sometimes when you pass a car on a highway, you might pick up someone else doing something similar if they happen to be on the same channel. And I was wondering, how hard would it be to amplify that? To use the same basic idea and amplify it? Is there a way that I can amplify that radio signal and just like jam out the whole neighborhood? Just have it drown out some popular pop channel with brutal black death metal or something, you know, just something insane. It would be like the funniest hack ever. Neighbors are listening to the radio, you know, they're twerking or whatever, and then all of a sudden just like the, you know, Depressed black metal comes up. Oh god, there's got to be a way, Chad. I got to figure it out. It was the first show they produced by the Power Company. It was the first community show, yeah? Those hypnotic, fuzzy old tapes were about safe wiring. Those empty, humming shots of trees and glowing-eyed animals. That nasty, paranoid propaganda. I love the alliteration. Technically, the first broadcasts were Aunt Connie, not worth remembering. Yeah, so it's the spine of the station. Or maybe it's the heart? Or is it the skin? What part of the WEVP body do you think this is? Genitalia, absolutely. Why don't you come on by and tell us about it? We're going to be here for another 30 minutes or so. Or, if you don't want to brave the storm, you can always give us a call at the same number. As always, 270-216-5556. All right, chat. Let's find out if this number is for real. There's no way. But that's a real area code. That's a real number. 270-216-5556. Didn't automatically pick up, so I maybe called a stranger. I'm a little afraid to let it keep ringing, because if it is some stranger, what am I supposed to say? Hi, you're live on the air with WEVP. Okay, we're going to start the tape. This is an old one. It's one of mine, but maybe you haven't seen it. Or, if you've seen it, it's been a while, so maybe you've forgotten. Whispering, shit. Whispering, what? She asked me to cue up her tape. Un pueblo de nada. Where is it? I don't know. It's probably still shelved. I'll find it. One silently mouths a thank you. I'm telling you, there's something crazy going on. I can feel it, like in the controller. Like there's this occasional heavy vibration that doesn't line up with the thunder. It makes me nervous. Scans the show for videotapes. I have these alphabetical. Maybe it's still in a stack. To herself, absently. Can't keep anything near organized for long. Should put all these in chronological order, although I guess it's hard to remember sometimes the order of things, and some of these tapes were made at the same time. Or we started one video and then started another in the middle and then came back later, and time is out of joint. It's like sweeping a beach. Wait a minute. Ron said he'd start filing the old stuff by language, so something fell behind the shelf here. This one. Pulls a grimy tape case from behind the shelf. Gross, it's damp. She opens the case. It's empty. Ralph borrowed his for screening, so it's probably with the others. That's cool kinetic storytelling. If so, I love it when rumble features are subtle. Yeah, and that's something I would have missed if I were only playing with mouse and keyboard. But occasionally you feel like a rumble in the distance, but you don't hear thunder or anything. It doesn't completely match up. It hasn't happened for a while, but it definitely happened at least once. It shook the hell out of my hand. I'm like, what the hell? This is weird. But anyway, let's see. Borrowed it for screening. Here, Aunt Connie reframed. Bare waist studies. Death of an airfield. In Puebla de Nada. Aha. What would you all do without me? Look for videotapes, probably. Oh. Listen here, Mo. Hold off on playing until Rita's done setting it up. Thanks, babe. Mo is the best worker here. Now what? Okay, so I guess I'm the camera lady or something? I don't know. Rita, some people that lived here a long time ago, before the company town, before the airstrip, like over 100 years ago. Okay, so I hope you enjoy it. To Emily. Ready, Emily? It's weird. We don't have pueblos in Kentucky.
Los caballos. Llegaron de Florida. Antes de eso, de algún lugar en América Central. Pero
Central America.
que llegaron aquí habían vivido en América Central. La comunidad se reconstruyó a sí misma, persona por persona, en los años entre medio.
The years in between.
El pueblo construyó docenas de estructuras durante su tiempo aquí.
Something about tourism, it sounds like.
La única de esas estructuras todavía en pie es la que llamamos el databank de video.
Man, I only know like patchwork words now.
De ser una biblioteca.
It's annoying.
Pero hasta ese edificio ha sido modificado y reparado extensamente. Probablemente ninguna de las estructuras presentes son originales.
What the hell am I doing now?
La única de esas esculturas o cualquier otra cosa del pueblo es por las anotaciones detalladas que
This is
se
cool. Have you seen it before?
y preservaron en la biblioteca.
Is she being genuine right now? Just making small talk?
Todo es un experimento.
Honestly, it makes me kind of sleepy. I know what you mean. I used to date a filmmaker. He worked in a similar, style. Slideshow gothic. Wow.
Pensamientos humanos
He did stuff for the History Channel, like really dry shows about war, the banality of the trenches.
espirituales
It's not a bad way to learn about history, though.
son fenómenos que se forman a base de su ambiente.
I can't remember where the music from this video came from, Rita. No, Sherry brought it in. She found a crate of old tape reels in the hangar. Must have been from the power company, maybe some music to pipe over the loudspeakers in town to keep spirits high.
Experimentalmente.
It is historic, right? Or is it just a story?
Conservaron fueron sus anotaciones.
It's a good tape.
Estaban dispuestos a abandonar
It's good to have a portrait of the people who used to live here, and it does a good job of communicating who they are, what they did, and what they were like, I think. People should know a community shouldn't just disappear even when it disappears. Or is there even a difference? Although, now the tape is just here on a shelf. Every once in a while, we dust it off, and it shuffles around the airwaves again like an old dog. Sorry, did I say something wrong? Oh no, I'm sorry. I just have some weird shit going on in my head tonight. You know what I mean? I like the name Maya. Sure, it's okay. Sorry I spaced out. Don't worry about it. You should... Oh, should I go sit? Yeah, it's almost over.
Uno de esos científicos hubiese escrito algún documento justo antes de morir.
Okay, so that's... It's weird because I have to, like, press A and hold it. And then select what I want to do to Maya. So where are you staying tonight? Here in town? Oh, good. Yeah. I wish I knew where this is going, even before the storm came in. Thought it'd be nice to get some rest before a long hike back to the highway. Ron offered his loft? What? He said I could sleep in his loft. Oh, honey, he's talking about his barn. Ron, nobody wants to sleep in your barn. Ron shrugs. It's not haunted. Honestly, sleeping in a barn's not that bad. Especially in the rain like this, it would actually be really nice. Assuming it wasn't a leaky barn. Climb up into a loft and sleep, listen to the rain hit the tin. I'd be out in like 5 minutes, man. But it is haunted. Bob got some pretty clear voices there in his tape recorder. He wanted to have a seance, but couldn't round up enough brave souls to go all the way around the table. You'll stay at my place. Oh, thanks. With the storm coming, I should probably find somewhere to stay out here tonight. Oh, Ron. Do you need anything? Actually, do you have an extra toothbrush? It'd be nice to sleep under the stars. I think I do, actually, yeah. Oh my god, I've been in the woods, you know, right? I actually used a twig this morning. I kind of chewed up one end. What is going on? I don't, like... It feels like there are 4 people involved in the conversation, so my brain is having a hard time associating a person with a person. Like, honestly, I think the yellow lady, the yellow shirt lady is Maya. Rita is the blue shirt lady, I guess. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But it's hard for me to keep track of who's saying what and why. Has she been living in the woods? No stars tonight, though. I've done that, really? I'm disappointed. I thought I invented it. Even better, you can chew on pine needles. It really freshens your breath. I mean, it's not perfect. Wow, that's toughing. That's roughing it. Just close your eyes and pretend, I guess, right? Exactly. Even when it's just not the same as real toothpaste. What the hell are you talking about? Emily waves to Rita to camera. Oh, okay. Hi, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, that was from, like, it's several years old. I can't remember exactly. I enjoyed it very much. Oh, thank you, Maya. Whispering to Ron. What's next? I brought in a tape. Oh, okay. You good? All queued up. I'm gonna check on the boys. What? Which set of boys? These boys? Ben and Bob are seated on the couch, poking the electronic innards of a radio. That sounds like fun. So, then it won't mute while it scans between station. Okay, because that's where they live, right? No, you just want that constant static noise. Right, the noise, that's where they live. They don't live anywhere, dude. They're ghosts. Okay, why does it matter where you tune the radio? It's like soil in the garden. You need rich soil, right? Mashed up, rotted leaves and stuff, like compost. To Emily. Oh, hey, how's the show? Ben, you've got something stuck in... No, we're gonna go with what the hell are you doing? Sounds like they're making a spirit box. Working on a new ghost box, yep. This guy Frank wrote about it in his newsletter, the Paranormal Periodical. No, that's Sylvia's. Frank's is the Ghost Gazette. A lot of alliteration here. The radio crackles as it scans rapidly across the spectrum, snippets of voices mixed with colored noise and unfamiliar interference patterns. Did you hear that? I did hear that, actually. That was definitely a voice from beyond the grave. Sounded like, I clearly heard Dogwood in there. Holy shit! Yeah, kinda. Sounded more like Frogwood to me. What the hell is Frogwood? Man, I don't tell ghosts what to say. Did you hear that, Emily? It definitely sounded like Dogwood. Guess it doesn't matter. The ghost voices don't really come out until you play back the recording later. They only exist in recordings, like a copy without an original, a mirror reflecting something that isn't in a room. I mean, I guess I could say that with Polaroids. Polaroids are kind of a thing. I'm not saying I believe in any of this stuff. I'm just saying what the general superstition is that Polaroids, because of their temporary nature, are better at capturing otherworldly stuff. I don't know. But I've never heard that about spirit boxes. Spirit boxes are just an oscillator that goes through a bunch of radio stations. That's all it is. It just catches snippets of different radio stations and static and causes weird patterns to arise, and you think it's talking to you. Like the mounds. The burial mounds here in town? You think they're haunted? No. Or sure, probably, but I mean, they're like the reflection. The people who made them lived hundreds of years ago. That whole society is long gone, and now we just have these lingering echoes without any trace of context. These people need to get to work. Yeah, that is kind of eerie. So the ghosts speak, and we can't hear it, but the tape recorder can hear it. Is that right? I don't know. Sometimes I think it's more like the recording itself is a ghost. Like, that's what ghosts are, recordings of events that didn't happen, when something keeps leaving new marks even after it's gone, false memories. This is not sustainable. Oh, I did clear them. That's good. What about these guys? These must be the music guys. I don't know. Oh, what the hell? What the hell am I doing? The controls are so weird, chat. It's a schematic for the essential component of the image processor, and nobody understands it but James. That's the point. He's trying to clean it up and simplify it a bit. He'll publish the simplified diagram and everyone can build an image processor. Okay? Meanwhile, it's just hieroglyphics in there. The schematic seems to get more eerie the longer James is away. LIB. A GFX library, I guess? I don't know. He understands it, which keeps it tethered to the realm of human. Otherwise, it might as well be Lichen. See, my controller just shook for no reason. I can plug any signal in here and it shows up on the screen. Sound waves, video signals, even just weak electrical signal with no other purchase on the something something. You can inspect electronic sounds that are usually too low frequency to detect. James used to show me the guest in our wiring here in town. There's a low hum, barely even a hum, because it's too slow to be audible. A slow, gentle oscillation that offsets every other electrical signal in town. James hasn't been able to figure out what causes the hum, but it's okay. It's too subtle to cause us any real problems. It's just there. Okay, what else? What else am I... Whoa! Where did this dude come from? This dude was not here before. It's Ron's big moment. So, okay, Ron, anything that you want to tell us about that tape? Everything on that tape was wild. Really, everything. Wild stuff indeed. Even the horses? Everything on that tape was wild. Planes used to leave these thick black marks on the runway. I bought some forged folk tapes at a yard sale once. The lady said they were live tapes of Gene Ritchie playing dulcimer at some local bar. They were pretty cool too, a little noisy with rattling bottles and chatty drunks, but it gave the recordings a certain aura of authenticity. Were the horses wild? I thought those were the horses here. Oh, the neighbors? We call the horses here the neighbors. No, I didn't recognize that one. None of this makes sense. Then I noticed some of the background sounds repeating, someone telling the same hushed story at the bar during every song. A door opening and closing in exactly the same way. The lady who sold me the tapes, she added the bar sounds artificially. I think she recorded the music herself in her bedroom and put Richie's name on it. I don't think there are any wild horses anymore. Really? How could that be? Oh, there are definitely wild horses out in the world. Oh, well, they've all been domesticated. Not true. Are the neighbors domesticated? We don't own them, no. They're, feral? The tapes live permanently in my truck over the years. They've become my favorite Ritchie recordings. Oh, right. In your documentary, you said that the people who used to live here had freed their horses. Exactly, but you can free your pet cat, but it won't turn back into a panther? I mean, a feral cat is a wild cat. Like, a feral dog is a wild dog. A feral horse is a wild horse. Yeah, it really... I hope that it eventually consolidates into something that makes sense. Otherwise, it's like a directionless art house film. That's kind of haunting, a kind of ghost, like Ben was saying, but everything is a ghost around here these days. It's a ghost town with people still living in it against all reason. Most of the houses are empty. There's always been people here after the Pueblo de Nada, the community airstrip, then the company town, then WEVP. What about the dogs? Yeah, Ron, was the dog wild? Everything on that tape was wild. What the fuck are they talking? It is like a fever dream. It is like a fever dream, yeah. Somehow, just as the last group dies out, some new utopian project always finds a way to take hold. What is it about this place? It must be the well. It didn't look wild to me. I guess it's a matter of perspective. I'm not sure I agree, but now it's time for the weather. Thanks again, Ron. We're hanging on long past our expiration date. Well, the weather should be pretty wild. I can hear it for myself right now. Yeah, getting pretty intense out there. It has gradually gotten louder, by the way. I've gradually turned the volume down. Do you get storms like these a lot? Yes. More and more, yeah. Right, of course. And then, of course, there's the actual ghost. All right, here's Elmo with the weather report, and lucky us, we also have Serrano Cole, who stopped by to add some drama musically. I hear he's going to be in the Rum Colony later tonight if you need a cocktail after the show, so let's go live with Elmo for the weather report. Sorry, chat. Oh, is Elmo ready? I should make sure the camera is pointed in the right direction. Oh, my nose, it just... Whispering, hey. Hey. This is so trippy. I actually wanted to move the damn camera, but sure. How did he work out those ratios of oil, water, and dyes? It seems so precise the way he drips them into the little half drop at a time. Oh, is that what he's doing? That's actually sick. Wow. There must have been a lot of trial and error, just starting at a circle of light on the wall. Drip, drip, drip. You see how everything shook? Something big is going on. Where do you get the supplies, Elmo? Ben has a guy in, oh, wait, you mean the projection stuff? I mail ordered these candle dyes. This other stuff is just mineral oil like you get in the drugstore. The projector, somebody just left it here, man. Incredible. Actually, it was this girl who does pirate video stuff, you know, like jamming our signal. I feel like that's what he actually sounds like. Weaver. Yeah, resident ghost. Ghost, huh? You really think she's dead? Doesn't matter? Of course it matters. You can't leave a ghost behind until you die, right? Well, that's one way to do it, but have you ever missed someone so bad you felt like they were haunting you? Or been like in a relationship with someone where it feels like their ex-lover is always in the room? I can't keep that up. But that's what I hear in my head when I read this guy, because I feel like he's some weird hippie who plays the dice, you know? I see what you mean. Do you think she'll get us tonight? It's about time, right? He's right. We're about due. The guitarist is... Oh, yeah, he's vibing a little too hard. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Maybe a little too hard. Like, dude, he is shaking his head so hard, like... Oh, I'm gonna give myself a headache. I can't do... Oh, God. Oh, my brain does not... Plus Saturn's in Gatorade. I mean, retrograde. Which makes no sense, by the way. I mean, it does, but... The one that everybody worries about is Mercury being in retrograde, which is... It's just dumb. It's just dumb. I'm sorry. It's dumb. So I hear. Not that she keeps a strict schedule, but it's never longer than a month or two between... Oh, what does Mimi call them? I know they're bad for the general vibe around here, but can I be honest? Nods and mock gravity. I kind of like it when she bursts in and takes over our signal. It's like a log falling on the road. Reminds you that this all used to be trees. Interventions, that's what Mimi calls it. I like that. I just thought of something. Did you know that in a lot of places in Asia, like Korea and Japan, they're obsessed with blood types? And that it is like a form of astrology? Where like they have different personality types based on what your blood type is? You know, I guess I'm a type O personality? What the hell? That's weird. That's... I mean, I guess being a Pisces or something is weird too, but... Yeah, I didn't know that. In fact, a lot of anime characters are assigned blood types because a lot of people in Asia follow that idea so much, they like to know what blood type their favorite characters are. I really did not know that. They're kind of weirdly obsessed with it. I found that out today. They also have really weird beliefs about Westerners' genitalia, but I won't go into that too much. It's been a couple years now. Her performances were cool, though. I never saw her perform, but I heard about it. Oh, yeah, I saw her do it a few times. I was into it. That first time she jammed our signal and showed up in the broadcast, I didn't know who she was. She'd already disappeared when I came in and took over her old job. She did lectures, right? Yeah, you could say that. I thought of them as storytelling sessions. She talked for hours and shuffled through slide after slide of shapes, numbers, weird constellations. Who knows what any of it meant? Everyone's so excited and confused and scared a little on the defensive. They still are. And this was her projector. Right. I don't know where she got it, though. It still works really well. I got a spare bulb at a resale shop, but I haven't had to use it yet. It's strange. I never think of what she's doing as hostile, really. Sounds like Elmo has the same impression. What happened to the rest of her stuff? I bet her slides are still here in the studio, maybe with the posters. Sherry was all over Weaver's old notebooks. I know that. She keeps them in her archive, you know, the big blue filing cabinet with the daisies painted on it. Yeah, anyway, it's really hard to find these two pieces of glass. They have to be paired very precisely. It's really hard. The conversations sometimes go off the rails, and I feel like I messed something up, but I'll reread it, and I didn't mess anything up. It's just a weird statement. They were talking about a cabinet with daisies painted on it, but then they're like, yeah, anyway, the really hard part to find is these 2 pieces of glass. They have to be paired very precisely. I had to get these from the clock store over in Glasgow. That's where they came from, clock faces. So they're having 2 conversations at once, I think is what's going on. Thanks for the tips, dude. Anytime, dude. I knew he was a dude guy. Dude guy, man, dude. Looks like the ceiling panels are swelling a little bit. Is that really happening? Are we about to get drenched? Oh good, standing water on the floor and a hole in my boot. Cool, my socks are getting wet. I love to have wet socks. Oh, it's snapping on stuff. Back to you, Rita. Thanks, Elmo and Serrano. So next, we have a selection from the video data bank. You're gonna like this one, Maya. This one's about caves. Ooh, yeah, local caves. We play this one a lot. It's pretty cool. Telephone rings. Oh, but we have a phone call. Should we get it now, or should we wait? We'll get it now. Okay. Rita presses a button on the telephone next to her. Hello, WEVP. Hope you guys packed a lunch. Sounds like this is going to be a long one. I talk to the raccoons all the time. A little dude showed up on my back porch last night around 1 in the morning. I gave him a little scoop of cat food. He was so happy. That was the happiest raccoon. It like leaned up on the glass and it pressed its little paws on the glass and it looked at me. It just dead-eyed me, chat. It just dead-eyed me. And he's like, you know why I'm here, human. You know why I'm here. And he looks down, and then he looks back up at me, and then he looks down, and then he steps off, and I'm like, fucking raccoon just asked me for food. I guess I'm gonna give him a little bit, you know, and then it closed the door again. He's just so happy. Raccoons are the most adorable creature, I swear. Video is froze for you guys. That's weird. My webcam didn't, but the game did freeze up. It was weird. Can you hear the breathing? Oh, he fell asleep. Oh my god, he's still going. Give the bird some love. Hey, babe. Slow-mo crow, snap and then a chitter. Did you know, Weaver? A few caws and a caw. Oh, really? Was she nice to you? Chitters, she was nice to him. Well, that's good to hear. You make her sound so normal. Talk to anyone else and it's like she had a second head. One of our little mysteries, like an out-of-towner. A single enigmatic coup. Oh, really? Did you know him well? A couple of caws and then a pause as if there was more coming, but they never do. Wow, I had no idea. It was terrible what happened to him. Right, justice, someday. What a waste, sad. Well, have fun. I'm gonna see if Geoff is done. A chitter and a caw. Haha! Wait, there's more stuff here. No leaks back here yet. The tapes are safe for the moment. She just jot down the time and date whenever there was an intervention. I have a bad feeling this situation won't last. Oh man, you can tell the ceiling tiles are growing dark. Probably too wrapped up in their project. Oh my god, he's still going. Let's see what the notes say. Oh wait, she just wrote times, not dates. Well, that's not very helpful. They're all at night. I guess that's a pattern. Oh, here's Ron's recipe for mac and cheese. 6 cups of milk. Decadent. I have a bad feeling this situation won't last. Soon I'll be scrounging up a tarp to protect the video data bank. Wrapped up in the project, Bob had some theories about Weaver's broadcasts. He was considering how she might be tapping into our wires here in town. I'm gonna turn the audio back down because we were listening to Geoff, and it's getting pretty loud for you guys. So I'm gonna knock it down to like 15, just so you don't have to deal with too much. It might still be a little too loud. Let me check something really quick. There we go. That's back to normal. Also, I love the name Slow Mo Crow. That's super cute. He was considering how she might be tapping into the wires here in town. He built a model, like a proof of concept. This big metal box you could wire up and use to take over our signal. It actually worked, but the thing needed too much power to run. Even a car battery could only keep it going for a few seconds. Weaver's broadcast just loops, sometimes for hours. Consolidated Power doesn't pay any attention to this town anymore, but they still have us on a strict energy budget. There's no way she's plugged into the grid. It gradually got louder, and I had that filter on from yesterday so that you could hear better, but now that it's really noisy, I don't want to wreck you guys, you know? We'll crank it back up for a second. Oh shit, the line's dead. The phone lines are such a mess up here. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Hello? Was that the storm, or was it the damn phone lines? Man, they're really flaky. Ah, business as usual. He has a really soothing voice. I want that recording. I wonder if I go into like the game files, if I can find all these recordings. That's Geoff. He's a regular caller. He's Jeff, I know. I keep saying Geoff because he kept implying his name started with a G. He's sleeping, Mine indicates Ron has fallen asleep in the chair. Oh, well, let him sleep. Okay, well, let's play the tape. This is Cavard. It's a classic around here. I'm excited. Looks like Mo's got this one all queued up. Way to go, Mo. I want to teach a crow to handle OBS. I just want like a crow, like right here. He just chills and he switches my scenes. And I'll be like, yo, slow-mo crow, give me the game scene. And he'll like press 2. That would be super rad, man. Crows are amazing. They're some of my favorite birds. They're so fucking smart. You probably really could train a crow to do that. I should let Maya enjoy the tape. So, if Weaver is a ghost by some agreed upon definition of mechanics, that means WVP TV is haunted. Should we be doing something about it? Aren't you supposed to, like, have an exorcism or something? I mean, you can't just leave a place haunted. You probably should. Have you never seen Beetlejuice? Come on now. That would be negligence. I'd miss her, though. I guess there are good ghosts and bad ghosts, like spiders. Good in the garden, bad in the shower. A loud crashing noise from outside wakes up Ron. That's what I was talking about. I kept feeling those, and it made me think that Transformers were blowing somewhere in the game. Also, we have really bad tornadoes in this area. You might have heard about the big one that hit last year. I think it was last year or earlier this year. Killed a bunch of people. What the hell? What was that? I'll check it out. Yikes. Should we go help? Oh no, he's, oh, the tape is over. What did you think? That was great! Yeah, I like that one. That sounded pretty close. Oh no, is the power out or just the lights? I don't know, I'll take a look. Maybe a fuse blew or a relay or something. Some scared brat chewed the wire. Abandoned ship! Just kidding. There are also a lot of places around here that still have old school fuses. I had a house burned down one time because we put a 30 amp fuse in a 20 amp socket. Don't ever do that. If you ever have a house with fuses, put the correct fuse in there. Don't use pennies or some nonsense. This isn't Casper the Friendly Ghost. Guess I'll take a look around and see if anything's smoking. Oh man. Our little town must seem even more romantic now, huh? If it survives the night. I guess it's up to me to figure out what's going on here. I want to start over here. Incredible how dark it is over there. I wonder... Of course I can't check it because the oscilloscope isn't working. That's the thing about real mysteries. You can't even trust your instruments. Feels like feathers. Oops. Sorry, Mo. How are you holding up? I know you hate the dark. I'm not even gonna think about the video data bank. It's fine, right? Surely it's fine. Wait, is there more? Poor thing. She's soaked. Would Elmo disappear into the woods or go down to the Echo River and ply his trade there? They have weather down there, right? I hope you're not late for your gig, Serrano. They're still picking away at their project in the dark as the storm bears down on us. Are you having trouble with... Oh, I spoke too soon. I thought your power was out. Yeah, it just came back on. Weird. Good, though. You made it! In this storm? Nikki, oh, I'd never miss the evening broadcast. To be honest, it's the only time I get to share my work. Nikki's still carrying a torch for the out-of-towner. I wonder how many people even tune in at this point. Is she just reading her poetry to us here in the studio? Sure, of course, that's great. Wow, it's pouring out there. What happened with the power? That's weird, right? The power? Oh, it seems like a normal kind of thing to happen in a storm. Yeah, you're right. I just have an eerie feeling tonight. Well, you know, Saturn's in retrograde. Keep thinking Saturn's in Gatorade. Sure is. Well, ready to go? Ready. The ceiling is falling apart. Doesn't bode well for the roof. Some of the wiring is in puddles now. That's dangerous, right? Nobody else seems to be concerned about it. I'm just going to pretend that I didn't see that. Wait, let's check on Mo. Is Mo okay? You okay, Mo? You're okay, okay. Now we enter the cultural section of something something. Did you fix it? Just came back on its own. It'll just take a second for the equipment to warm back up and we'll be on air again. To Nikki. Spooky. It's a disaster out there. The neighbor's barn is basically underwater. Wow, so just completely... Yeah, just completely flooded. I passed Ron on the way in. He's going to take a look and see if there's anything he can do. Will they be okay? Ron knows what he's doing. He used to be a firefighter. It's a little bit different though, right? I guess. Nikki hands some wet paper towels to Rita. Oh, thanks. Nikki pulls a journal out of her jacket pocket. I brought my work. Oh, good. To Maya, Nikki reads her poetry. It's a weekly feature of the broadcast. Oh, great. I look forward to hearing it. Yeah, I just hope that we can keep going. We lost power a little while, right? A little while before, right? Sorry, it's hard for me to hear myself because of how loud the thunder is. Better get started. To the camera reading. To the out-of-towner. What eagle flew you to your final bed? It was not men who brought you there to sleep. The men who left your bloodied den and fled had chosen mud and muddied watered creek. Did wild turkeys gobble don't care and wipe the moss beneath your eyelids clear? Did cardinals pull the twigs out of your hair and wash your hands and feet and trim your beard? When wood ducks dressed you in your resting gown and pigeons fashioned shoes from leaves and bark, who then sewed flowers into a burial crown, the one who made your headdress like a hawk? The men who broke your body, where were they? The vultures stayed home on your funeral day. Yelling, Emily, look at the monitor. Dude, be quiet. We're live right now. No, we're not. Look. That's not our broadcast. Damn, there she is. Elmo was right. What's wrong? It's her, Weaver. Aw, really? Tonight? Sorry about this, Maya. What's going on? Local prankster. She jams our signal every once in a while whenever the stars align. Prankster? Not the word I would use. Damn, so what do you do about it? Just wait until she's done. We've never been able to stop her from jamming us. We just don't even know how she does it. We should be back in a minute, though. Don't worry. Cool, we get to see Weaver's broadcast finally. We know she has a broadcast, and it's been described to us, but we never see it. Maybe we won't get to see it after all. Dude, the intros for each of these acts are A, long, and B, just wild. They're always wild. I like the phone number one best, though, to be honest. Although, Slow-Mo the Crow is pretty badass. Oh, this must be the town post-flood. Flash floods are definitely a thing where I live, but it depends. It's worse if you're in the west. It's also, tornadoes are also worse if you're in the west. That's not to say flash floods don't occur on in the east, but it's a mountainous region. So if you live up high enough and there's plenty of tree growth, you don't have to worry about landslides or flooding. If you live in a valley, yeah, that sucks. Looks like one of the horses died. That's sad. Oh, a kitty made it. Shannon, give me a minute. All right, give me a second, chat. Literally, give me a minute. I have to use the restroom. I'll be right back. You're okay. I'll see you when you get back. So I have to not bomb, but I definitely have to put some flea powder in my carpet. I don't know where they're coming from because I do have animals, but none of them have fleas. And it's not like a crazy infestation, but occasionally I see one and you have to nip the problem in the bud. Like you have to immediately do something about it. Otherwise it could become an actual problem. And thought I had taken care of them. Like they were gone for 4 or 5 days, but they started to show up again. So while I'm away for the weekend, I'm going to dump a bunch of poison basically in my carpet, lock up this room so that none of the animals can get in here. And then, yeah, let it sit for 3 days. When I come back, hopefully problem solved. I really don't want to have to bomb because I'd have to move all the equipment and stuff. And it's just, I'm lazy. I don't want to do that. That's everything, right? 1 second. Itch. How did all this fit in the truck? I'm afraid we carried more than your share. How did all this fit in that truck? It's bigger on the inside. It's so bright. It's a good point. How are you holding up? I almost forgot about the daylight. Haha. The sun is shining. I think it rained. You think it rained? Rained a lot, I mean. The worms are going to be out for sure. Planning a fishing trip? Have you ever heard a worm sing? You must hold your ear to the ground. It's very soft. They only sing if they trust you without reservation. What do you think they sing about? Probably just dirt. Their friends? Other worms they like? Precisely. So, where is 5 Dogwood Drive? Right, no idea. Maybe we should split up. I'll go scout ahead. So, if I can choose to take Shannon's path or Ezra's path here. Ezra's the most fun. He's also the most quick. Okay. Holler. It's a very Kentucky thing. Holler if you find anything. It's a nice morning for a walk, but a bit muddy. Okay, do I get to play as Ezra? No, I'm the kitty! Oh, this is sick! Oh, dude, I just want to run around as a cat. Oh, this kitty. Fast kitty. Gotta be careful. I don't want to have to... Wait. Oh. She seems to handle the water okay. It's a damn shame. That's what you call it. Is it easier with the mouse? Meow. Distressed meow. To the cat. Well, what do you know anyway? Sorry, I'm just upset. Reassuring meow. You're right. Oh, this is sick. I feel sorry for the horse. Let's go to this one. Oh. Clara, and now you'll return to Chicago? Oh, no. I'm heading to Ohio next. They have a few great burial mounds I want to revisit. Brother, no! There are a few burial mounds there by Dayton I would always love to see. Really special. Dude, I've been to Dayton. Not a fan. I'm sorry if you live in Dayton or are from Dayton. I guess if you were raised there and you know all the intricacies, it's okay. But as an outsider, one of my worst experiences in a new place was in that part of Ohio. It's beautiful, right? This big mound. Most of these ancient earthworks are thought to be burial mounds, but this one definitely isn't. To be honest, I don't know what it was for. Let's go to the robots. Ooh. Junebug and Johnny strained to hear the noises coming from the well. There's that weird sleepy singing again. It's kind of reverent to choir, maybe. Johnny shades his eyes with his hand. Ah, my eyes aren't adjusting to this light. Should we head back underground? Nah, let's see this through. Could be fun. Yes! Fuck yes! Oh, I'm cranking up my volume for this. Here, you gotta hear this. I'm gonna crank it up just a little bit for you. Okay. I love how there are different symbols based on the kind of meow. There's Ezra. Slow-mo crow, this is where they were, WEVP. Why are these people translucent? Elmo gave Rita a tour of the cameras and wiring. She'd just been through a certificate program on public broadcasting at the community college, so no surprises there. Nikki showed her the video databank. James demonstrated the send-in image processor, and then Ron came barreling in with his own urgent expression. I think they fucking died, chat. Rita had entered the public broadcasting program at Fishtrap Lake Community and Technical College with the vague desire to be a newscaster. One of her instructors got her excited about pirate television, and she followed threads through TV and activist communities until she found herself here. Ron's news was clearly bad news. Rita's heart sank a little as they listened. She knew things were unraveling, knew from experience what that looked like. But as she listened to Ron detail the power company's sudden withdrawal from the affair, she heard other possibilities. She studied their faces and found concern, for sure, but also something like relief, hope, and an awakening of play. Nikki looked like she might have been daydreaming. These were people, Rita decided, ready to step out of the company's shadow and build something of their own. Ron said the TV station would still be funded, by court order. Could that be their anchor? So the cat sees ghosts. Mo is the only one that isn't translucent. Aww. My cat Nubby does that. That row row. It's like a double meow all the time, man. Do the people